GM everyone, and welcome back on the Decod3rs channels for a new streams to talk about Banx with two recurring guests on the channel. Tim, how you doing, bro?
All good, all good. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure, bro. And yeah, always have it. Like, it's always cool to have you on the channel. Love it. So yeah, welcome back. And Rawr, how you doing, man?
Doing good, you know, as usual.
Yeah.
Enjoying life. Thanks for having us as well. Very excited to talk about what we've been up to and what's coming up.
You only need to DM me, and then I will say yes to. I will say yes to everything you will ask me, bro.
Nice. That's good to know.
So yeah, welcome home. And everyone in the chat, yeah, GM. What's up, Steph? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Banx and what happened since our last stream. Like, Tim, I think it was in December, right? Like, oh shit, almost 3 months ago. What the fuck? Yeah. Time flies. So yeah, what happened and what's coming up? Like today, tomorrow? Yeah, later today, right?
Yeah, most importantly, yeah, we applied for the LFG launch for our. Yes. I think back in December, I told you when the token is going to be launching, and we're sticking to our promise. And yeah, basically right now we are focused fully on launching on LFG Launchpad by Jupiter. Later today we have an AMA. If anybody wants to learn like in depth what the Banx is about and tokenomics and all of that boring stuff, you're welcome to join.
Yes.
And yeah, basically since the December we'll be busy focusing on product, and on growth, and on the token launch.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so been busy, right? Like, I can't even imagine launching a token like even like it's another mint there, right?
Yeah, even more kind of scary, I would say, because you know, I've seen a couple token launches already, and it's like madness what's going on in your Discord, and the same with NFT mints, true. And all of a sudden you have so many people that you need to explain to like what's going on, what's the token is about, and stuff like that. So yeah, like once in a time, once in your life, pretty much event, and yeah, scary but exciting.
Yeah, and Rawr, like I know you are expert in tokenomics and token launch, right? So how do you feel?
Yeah, but I mean, feeling the same, right? Especially when you've been at it for so long, because you know we've been at it with Banx for 2.5 years in total, and it's been a constant stream of deliverables. And then when you deliver something, you always focus, okay, what's next? And I think overall it's we feel happy about what we've designed. We feel super good because, for example, for the people that have been following up the discussion in the Jupiter chat, I mean, we are super transparent. Anyone can ask anything, and it's not like anything is unclear on what we've built. So we feel very, confident and happy about what we've designed. And now the big lift now is helping people understand what has been done, helping people, get involved with us and see what's in it for them as well, right? So I think right now the biggest, I would say, lift left for us is gathering people around the table, explaining them what we've been up to, what's the key in being exposed to Banx, the project, but also the token. And lucky us, we have a community now that's been we've been basically building that community for now 2.5 years through everything we've done. And they are great supporters, great assets. So it's always when you open that chat, it's super nice for the team, because you see how much, on one hand, people that you speak to every day on Discord, you see them pushing you, which is nice. But then we also see feedbacks from people that have never said a single word on Discord. And all of a sudden you realize that these guys are power users, and they are like, well, I've stumbled upon Banx. At first, I didn't know much about them. I took the time to learn about them, and now I'm here. I'm lending, I'm borrowing, and I'm pushing the product forward. And it's really what we're trying to explain to people and what we want them to make feel, right? So tonight, for example, when we will have the AMA with the LFG application for on Jup, that's really the goal, right? It's to make these guys see what we've been building, how we've been building, and what we have ahead waiting for us in terms of deliverables. So really, so that they feel good getting associated with us and exposure to us.
Nice, wonderful. Okay, that's cool. Steph, in the chat, like, do you have like any Banx NFTs, and do you plan to sweep the Banx once? Get the bag, collect the bag, create a nice bag of Banx. Once the token will be launched on the LFG launchpad. That's gonna be. I want to know, like in the chat.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And okay,
don't jinx it.
No, not yet. Oh, bro. Okay, so you know
It's
what
okay,
to do now.
Yeah, you can join us on Discord, chat with us, and then
Yes,
if you like the vibe and you like the
exactly.
people, feel free to get one.
And you know what? Like, now that we have our views marketplace, I think it's gonna be a good timing to get some Banx NFTs and Banx token, and like help people entering your community via the views marketplace. That's gonna be cool. I'm waiting for a good snipe. Yeah, see, exactly. See, nice. Okay, that's dope. Okay, so yeah, team, like, what's the process for like this launchpad event? Like right now, tonight we will have a vote for the Jupiter to accept the token. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, just yesterday, I guess Meow posted technicals about the governance, and it's still unclear. It's not 100% clear how it's going to happen, but he ensured that next week is going to be a voting week, where probably you will deposit your Jupiter and block it away for some time. And yeah, basically vote for one of 3 projects. From these 3 projects, 2 of them gotta win, quote unquote. And from these 2, there's like also a vote who's gonna be the first, pretty much. So that's how I understood it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Okay, so everyone who got their free allocation, now they can vote on Launchpad. And also you will, by voting, you will also get some token allocated, right?
Yeah, exactly. They mentioned that Jupiter holders will get some rewards. And I assume that's going to be, the portion of the token that we actually have to allocate to Jupiter Launchpad. And I guess that portion will be distributed to these people who locked their Jup away. So basically that makes it like fully aligned decision. You're not just kind of voting, you're also receiving the token that you voted for. And you as a holder kind of, aligned to be to that project to be successful, right? Nice. So yeah.
Okay, that's exciting.
And just to make sure, tonight nobody's voting. It's just that we do the full AMA, and the voting should take place next week.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. Okay. That's what. Yeah. Okay. So nice. Okay. So yeah, everyone, like in the pin chat of the in the pin message in the chat, like you have the tweet from like the Banx account for the AMA. So yeah, everyone join Discord and put your reminders for. Yeah. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. That's okay. That's cool. That's cool. So basically, it's a warm up right now, right? Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. You go and you take the temperature, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yes.
Are the people really receptive? And yeah, and we're gonna be. I think that the AMA is gonna be in 3 phases. So you have Slorg and Kemosabe, which are 2 of the guys from the working group. They will be asking questions. And then the second one is that I think they open up the questions to the public, and the third one is really wrap up and summarize the exchange that we just had with them.
Nice.
So very excited to do that, and yeah, if anyone is listening right now and you guys do have questions, check out the Jupiter Discord, because everything will be on their Discord, and it should be recorded as well. So if you miss it, you can always check it out the day after.
Nice. That's cool. Okay. And so and what was the strategy to launch this like Banx token? Like, what's gonna be different? What it allow you to do more than just with the NFT team?
Well, yeah, we always promised, the token, and we always promised that, the revenue will flow through the token, and that's kind of very important for us. Yeah. And also right now, NFTs represent just about half of the utility. So what our utility is concentrated around points. And basically right now, when you stake Banx, you have some points that kind of decide how much utility you get. So there is a almost 50% split in those points between NFTs and to tokens. So basically, tokens will be not just a way for you to get the revenue share, but also to acquire more utility and in more like fungible, more flexible way, right? Because not everybody can afford like $400, $500 NFT, right? And you still might invest like $10 into project and get a feeling of what it's like. Right. So one of the key aspects is fungibility, is liquidity of the token, right? You can trade it in size. And with NFTs, like it's a bit more limiting, right? You have massive slippage if you want to load up in size. So those things definitely open like new possibilities with the token, and that's why we're rolling it out.
That's cool. And so, like, are you going to also go into the token direction on your own application on Banx, like to apply what you have done with NFTs with tokens?
No, not really. Like the place is really saturated. You have guys like MarginFi, Camino.
Yeah.
I don't want to compete with those beasts, and I also believe that there is like still a lot of work to do in terms of NFT lending. If you look at our roadmap, we have USDC loans coming up. We have other like important features like listings. If you look at NFT landscape in general, it's not just NFTs anymore, right? You have inscriptions, you have token 22, which is kind of fluid between token and NFTs. So all of those exciting kind of concepts, we also would need to, we have to support at some point.
Yeah.
So a lot of work to do still, and I'm kind of bullish on this field and not going to really spread ourselves too thin on other chains or other asset classes.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm like, I understand this strategy of like focusing on one chain, where like at least until like you're in strong position of like having like again like 90% of shares of the market shares like on the chain for 6 months and stuff. Like, yeah, it's I think it's cool.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think the going cross chain is a lot more complex than what people think. It's not because you have the tech stack that you can do it easily, right? Because the user base is different. And for example, if you have to compare NFTs, the way NFTs on Solana function is entirely different than the way they function on ETH, for example, right? So you also have not only to have the technical capabilities to do the swap, I mean, not the swap, but the porting over the tech, but at the same time, you also have to have a business development team that is catered on one hand to ETH people and then on the other hand to Sol people. So it really is a lot more complex, I think, than what people think.
Yeah, for me personally, I mean, it definitely makes sense from business standpoint and like liquidity standpoint. You see ordinals being like massive in terms of like NFTs. You see Ethereum still being a gigantic market. But for me, what I want to do is to build awesome user experiences. And if you look at our app, if you interact with our app with like bulk actions and stuff like that, you will understand that's kind of the mission is to provide the best user experience possible. And obviously, the only chain right now for you to provide that user experience is Solana. If you ever tried trading NFTs on Magic Eden on Bitcoin part of Magic Eden, you kind of get what I'm saying, and the same goes with Ethereum. So I just want to provide the best user experience possible, and currently it's only possible on Solana.
Use Solana as a layer 2 for Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why nobody did that yet. But that's kind of our leverage bet on Sol.
That makes sense.
And it was so for the eternity, and we continue to stick to that. And we view ourselves also. So kind of like, so NFTs, Sol NFTs are kind of leveraged bet on Sol themselves. And if you build a protocol that is utilizing kind of leveraging Sol NFTs, it's kind of another leverage on Sol, right? So we basically view ourselves as like leverage bet for anybody who want to get exposure to Sol.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like, is there a play like where like you can increase the community size with your token that you can't really do with like the NFT collection itself without diluting like crazy and like doing Elementals 2.0? Is there something to do here?
Yeah, for sure. Like especially like token launch is obviously like a huge marketing stunt, right? Like out of the sudden, all eyes are on you, and right now we're like 100% confident in the product. Like the product itself is just a beauty, and we are ready for a lot of people to see it, right? So there's aspect to that, and we are sure that once people try it, when we see it from interviews and stuff like that, that once people try Banx, they really fall in love with it. So right now our focus is just kind of expanding outreach, showing Banx to more people, and that's what we do day to day.
That makes sense. Okay, so if I have my Banx staked, like the NFT, and I have my sweet bag of Banx, the token, what do I get for it using the app? Like, what's my benefit? What do you give me back?
Yeah, so there are. So actually, I think by the time we launch, or maybe a couple of weeks after, there will be a referral program tied to your staked NFTs and tokens. So basically, you can invite more people to spend more money on the protocol and get this share back to you. You right now, also, if you use protocol and you are in the first 100 users a day, you'll also receive 50% cash back in form of Banx. And that's nice. Like, I believe, very, very good partnership we've done with Anybodies. And in some cases, soon we're going to launch like 100% cashback. So for example, if there is some kind of special week when you get 100% cashback on using Decod3rs, for example, as a collateral, for the week you will receive, it basically will be free loans for you. So things like that. And we, kind of right now there is also a leaderboard in season 2, obviously coming to the end together with the token launch. And it's already kind of established, top 50, top 100 is quite hard to climb. And those people will get their airdrop with the token as well. So we are rewarding those people. And the season 3 is kind of undisclosed yet.
Okay. Rawr, can you send me some coupons for Banx so I can put that on the marketplace? It would be cool.
We'll figure something out. I'm pretty sure that can work as well.
Nice. Because for example, if I like you said, again, we have partnership with Decod3rs, like Banx Decod3rs. We have the fees. Okay, that's cool. I love it. It's awesome. That's cool. That's okay. Nice. That's exciting. Yeah, in the chat, tell me if you would like to use like your Decod3rs in collateral. You have to be smart about it, because if you unlock them, they will not be stacked in the app anymore. So you will lose some views, but you will get some collaterals on Banx. I love that game. That's cool.
That's also something we can figure out because one of the tracks we are pushing with projects is called liquid staking. Yeah, and basically, as our protocol, as you know, maybe our protocol is really like low risk, low leverage type of thing. So it's really inclined with people who want to hold NFTs for long, don't want to sell, but at some point of time they need liquidity, right, to perform some kind of play or place it in DeFi, whatever. Right, and we have a couple projects coming up with the replacement of their staking with our loans. So basically, meanwhile, people borrow money, they get access to Sol locked in these NFTs, and still have their rewards for being a loyal holder.
Nice. So because it's in the wallet, right?
Yeah. So we can discuss that later, how we can make it happen with views. But basically. Nice. since you're not selling this NFT and it's like 50% LTV, you're not kind of, you still gonna be in the loyal holder. So we believe like that people should be rewarded, and it's very aligned with like long-term holders. We kind of figured out that our main competitor in Solana is not high risk loans. It's more of a staking, because every single project has a staking. People lock like 80%, 90% of the supply there, and that's our target audience. That's people who want to keep their NFTs and want to get maximum rewards and stay loyal, right? And that's what we are kind of dealing with right now.
I mean, like for me, like I'm just checking if the NFT is like locked. So I guess you're doing that too. So it will work right away anyway. But don't tell them that I want them to choose.
We can figure it out.
Okay, that's dope. No, that's dope. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work anyway. That's cool, man. There is so much possibilities. That's interesting. And so like about this like a partnership with Anybodies, like so if people are like have their banks and they stake on Anybodies, they get Banx, right?
Not exactly. Like
okay.
So our first step was Banx rewards, the cashback I mentioned, right? So you borrow money and you get 50% cashback. And people enjoying it, and because Banx is always nice to get. So the second step, I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but basically there is, I guess we are. So basically right now, if you go to Anybodies, you can subscribe or like stake your NFTs for other tokens. And what we're going to roll out is like two-way support of borrowing NFTs on Anybodies website while staking for these tokens. And vice versa, on Banx website, you could borrow and stake at Anybody's subscription, just like in the same app without leaving it in one click.
Okay, that's dope. That's cool. I'm excited. GM Oogie, hope you're doing well, bro. Bro, like, have you all of your Banx tech on Anybody getting your cash back and stuff? Is that what you
actually,
do?
I think personally, that's not what I do, because I've been so busy trying to reach out to people to actually, get the wheel spinning that I've spent less time on the app itself, unfortunately. But my Banx has been sent on adventures, which is our way of, getting the revenue from the protocol. It's been sent on adventures since day one. So that guy is just, doing God's work, getting his weekly revenue share, and then, reaping the rewards. And
nice. That's a long adventure.
Yeah, it's a long adventure. Every week is an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
So far we have 35 weeks, it's like 35 weeks we shared the revenue to our holders, and we incline to continue to do so.
And something like, do you like the Banx token holders get revenue share or part of it? Yeah, so it works the same way. Okay,
it will work exactly the same. It's just right now you stake NFTs and subscribe for each week, and you're gonna do the same with your tokens.
Nice. Oh, you can do. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Need to reach out to Anybodies too. They're gonna be happy. Okay, so like, this. Do you see like the fact that like all of the like the meme coin season that we saw in the last couple of months, like before the last couple of months, like you saw like people getting on board with like more volume on your platform? Like, did that drive any traffic from you, like kind of like not educated people to NFTify and stuff, but like did you see some movement there?
No, not really. Not linked to like meme coin season. And usually, as soon as there like some massive event happening, like huge mint, and people need money to, like barrels, for example. I remember like first thing comes to my mind is SMB barrels, SMB Q3 launch. That thing was huge, and that what kind of that took a lot of capital from lenders when it happened. But for the last 3 months, since like Banx was launched, 4 months, we've been growing kind of steadily in terms of like TVL, which is our like North Star metric.
Okay.
And yeah, slowly onboarding people and educating on like how perpetual safe loans work. And yeah, as soon as they understand that they can leave it there for like a month and still, have no stress about it, then it works and clicks in their head, and they're like, yeah, cool.
And I know it's kind of like that's the tricky part of like DeFi and FTFi is like to make sure everyone understand like even just what a perpetual contract is, right? Like, do you see a difference between like the token and the NFT understanding in the ecosystem, or is that like the same work all over again?
Yeah, like NFT people kind of used to certain patterns, and they also kind of a bit less long-term oriented as token holders. But that's exactly the bridge we're trying to build. We're kind of trying to bring a DeFi experience to NFT people, because in DeFi, when you borrow money, you don't have deadline. Your position depends on how healthy your collateral is, right? And that if it's goes down in health, you get default. That's what happens. And as a lender, if you deploy money in like MergeFi or Camino, if it's not utilized completely, most of the time you can withdraw your money and kind of exit your position, collect your yield. So that's kind of two aspects that we are bringing to NFTs. On borrower side, there is no limits, there is no deadlines. As long as your loan is healthy, you're completely fine. And on the lender side, if you have a lot of flexibility of kind of exiting your position and selling your loan to other lender. So yeah, that's also like for example, what I personally love about Banx protocol is that I have this position, I'm printing like 40-50% APR on Sol, which is nice. But I'm like, hey, I need my money like right now, so I just exit and sell my loan to other lender, and he'll be enjoying that yield, and I'm out.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like Rawr, like how did you master like all of those DeFi and NFTFi components during your journey?
In there, it was really a team effort. So I think there's a team member that hasn't been introduced yet that has been, I think, pivotal to the understanding of everything, and he's got massive DeFi 1.0 experience. It's Frankie from our team, and he's well known from the community because he's always, very precise and very thorough in all the explanation he gives. So I think in terms of tokenomics and the component of NFTFi within Banx, the role is more on it's really a team effort of iterating all the time, as it's always kind of an evolving beast, right? When we started designing things that we wanted to do, for example, for the Banx collection, which was over 2 years ago, things have changed, and we have to take so much into account that it's been it's Tim that's been mostly leading it with Frankie, and then we have all been looking at it and proposing things and making sure that we can adjust as time goes by. This is really a full team effort, and I think that's also why the whole team feels very comfortable with what's being proposed now to the ecosystem, because it's something that we all put our hands on to make sure that we could really take into account all I would say aspects and angles from the ecosystem, right? Because when you think of a token, you can think of, okay, well, I'm going to think about my token as a team member. I'm going to think about a token as a VC or an investor, right? You have to stay appealing for people to buy it, but you also have to stay kind of true to your roots as well, right? I think we are very community oriented. So being so, imagine if we did a token now and we dropped 5% of the supply to the community, and they would get absolutely wrecked by everyone who's invested. And so, as you can see within the tokenomics, is that we made sure that we will have a TGE around 40% circulating, which is massive. It will be in the hands of the ecosystem, and that's something that people really need to understand. Is when we say we launch at $15 million diluted value, it's actually effectively within TG at that moment. It's going to be 6 million, circulating at that moment, which is quite a lot for people. So yeah, tokenomics on this side was really, a massive. It was a long effort, but definitely a team effort that was led by Frankie and Tim.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah, like I saw a couple of his tweets, like Tim, like you share like a couple of like announcements from Frankie, and that was quite impressive. I checked the Discord after that, and I read some of them. That's definitely some golden nuggets. That's how you say that in English.
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting. So yeah, good job with like Tim building.
Thank you.
By the way, about the tokenomics, like what makes it like the most important thing for you, like to that can help you say, okay, so now we have good tokenomics because of XYZ. Like what are you looking for in the tokenomics in the token, and what was important for you to implement with the Banx token?
Well, yeah, definitely escape low circulating supply and high FDV, which was kind of a nightmare for Solana for a long time. Low float tokens.
Yeah.
So we kind of try to take completely opposite approach and go with like high circulating supply, low FDV. So there is an upside and true potential to the token, and not just like artificially pumped thing. So yeah, that plus clear utilities tied to the token, and not just kind of speculation of, okay, is there going to be a ref share or not? Is there going to be a governance or not? Things like that. I would say fair, clear distribution. Like it's very hard to please. It's impossible to please everybody, especially with the token. By the end of the day, somebody will be upset with you. But yeah, we kind of believe that if we just stick to these principles, at least we have, at least we have a say that, maybe you don't like it, but that's why XYZ we approached it. And that's about it.
That makes sense. What's your point of view of like the Jupe launch, like the way they set up, like the initial their launch, with like the for example, like the range where they set up their pools, right, where between like the 0.14 and 0.7 70 cents, like. From my understanding, that's basically with that kind of setup, you avoid to moon, but like you also avoid like to go to 10 cents when you launch at 50, right? So is that gonna be the same launch for all of the token launch on the launchpad?
Yeah, because that's kind of imprinted into the LMM pool that is used by Meteor, and we actually agreed and kind of decided to use that even before we heard of LFG. So we were like, okay, we're launching with that Meteor pool anyway, because in our tokenomics, like we already communicated listing price way back in the day. So the listing price was clear, and the NFTs kind of also got pegged to this listing price. So for us, it's more of a benefit that, ensuring that that's going to be the price on the launch. And then like once the launch happens and the price discovery happens, then it's up to market, of course.
Nice. And okay, that breaking news. I don't know if it's breaking news, but yeah, BTC crossed 60K. Okay. Can you stop the bull market? Like I still want to buy Solana at $60. I was expecting a pullback.
Okay, Solana is dumping because people are buying Bitcoin, so it's okay. You want it.
Okay, this is crazy, man. Like the all-time high was like 72. No, yeah, 72,
69.
69. Yeah, 69.
69 for 20.
What? We are almost at ETH. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we entered the bull. That's for sure.
That's crazy, bro. Like, if this ETF, like BTC ETF, change everything, the halving gonna be interesting for sure. Like, yeah.
Hopefully, it's gonna be halving the things, not the price or bags.
Imagine the alt season, and that thing is gonna rip.
Imagine the NFT season when you have your soul leverage 100 because you have some cool JPEGs on internet, bro, we're gonna bring so much money. That's cool. Okay. That's a good timing to launch Banx, man. Congrats on that. Like, let's go.
We saw that coming.
Yeah, no, 100%, right? Yeah. It was like what, like 51,000 like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I know it's 60. Yeah. Man, this is crazy. That's cool. I'm excited. Nice. The Web3 future is bright. Yeah. So basically, like, yeah, the ETF is going to like push, or the ETF money is going to push our little JPEGs on the internet in 3 to 6 months. That's gonna be nice. Is that how?
Yeah,
like,
we gotta dump them on the boomers. That's for sure.
Peter Shifts, please sweep buy Banx when we will be at 200 Sol. That's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. But okay, that's exciting news. But okay, so yeah, like let's get back to Banx. Like, so this strategy with GLM. Then okay, so we saw that for the token. Can we imagine the same kind of product with NFTs?
I mean, for NFT means with like
or even a collection when like you have the same because okay. So to tell you everything, I was thinking about like kind of help the collection, like the decoders flow and like volume by using like basically like the Lucky Buy stuff on Magic Eden to like get diamonds, but also like having an MM that have like the make some liquidity in the MM, have like the Lucky Buy stuff, and then rotate like that, which kind of similar kind of works with like this range of price between like those 40 cents 70 cents for jupe, you know what I mean? Like that's what I was thinking about it. So like, do you see a product similar for NFTs, or it doesn't make sense and it only makes sense in my crazy head?
Well, if you manage to communicate to NFT agents clearly that the mint price is something between 0.4 and 0.6, then GG, you made it. But I think the problem lies there. Like,
it actually worked on ETH. Like 3 years ago on ETH, you had a few mints doing that, like a dynamic mint, depending on either the speed of mint. If you had they were reproducing, kind of. They were reproducing the what is it called again? Cobalt Finance or something, which is like basically LPVs. And it was just reproducing that for NFTs. So you had different pricing for NFTs on the curve. So yeah. And I mean, it wasn't ETH. So I think maybe people are more exposed and more knowledgeable about these mechanics, especially 3 years ago. But yeah, I think right now on Sol, it's so difficult because people, you have to compete for mindshare. You have to compete for eyeballs. Yeah. And if you bring something that is complex, you quickly lose them. And for example, for us as Banx, we had to do so much groundwork to explain what we do, because people, even today, they always remember, oh, you guys did things so complicated, which was true back then, but we've simplified the offering a lot, right? So if you go now on banx.gg, if you've never ever touched any product, it's very intuitive and you can really find your way as a complete novice or as an expert. And, it's really a lot of work to do that. So I think if you think now, okay, cool, I can do a mint that is like that and it's going to be extracting so much value, some degen will ape in because of the hype, but they will not ape in because they understand the mechanic.
I think that's what like the NFTFi and even DeFi project / company on Solana, that was like the trickiest part, is like to do a fucking Twitter space, like talking about like, my product is like doing XYZ blah blah blah, and then you get like 10,000 APY, and like you say like 3 sentences with like 5 numbers, you have lost the whole crown and nobody understood what the fuck and why it's like it's gonna work and stuff. That part was like so underrated. When you see all of those projects like launching, it was insane, and that's why like the best project basically like were able to communicate the best. You know what? like we should do some demo about like a pair, like a bit like what the way we did it during our stream together, or like we should go back to Banx, do the whole demo again, and like explain everything. So that would be great of evergreen content that we can redistribute. That could be interesting, and we can.
It's so easy. That's going to be a 1-minute video though. Like if Tim goes for it with you, it's super short now.
We can. Okay, so it's gonna be a short. Let's make 3 million views.
Everything short, fast and effective.
But you can make a YouTube shorts. Like that's your content.
Yes,
that's just a YouTube short.
Yes,
that's it.
That's cool.
Because I'm a zoomer. That's the thing.
True. Okay. But okay, maybe we should do it because that could be interesting. Okay, and like, what are the upcoming features that you have in mind, Tim? Like for both your token and your collection NFT, or even the app? Not features for NFT. Doesn't make sense, but for the app.
Yeah, actually, honestly, I just want to the token launch happen as soon as possible, so we can focus back on like building and awesome tracks that we have for the growth. And as we enter it, I think one of the kind of most promising ones, and they're still up, obviously, we need to test it, but one of the most promising ones is USDC loans, because right now we're entering the bull, which means that Sol is going to reap, which means that a lot of times NFTs are going to tank in Sol value, meanwhile staying the same in USDC value, more or less, right? And that's where, especially considering our model, USDC loans make a lot of sense, because if you borrow at Mad Lads and you like get 10K, like 5K, no matter how kind of Sol goes up and down, if your Mad Lad value USDC wise stays the same, you're safe, right?
Yeah.
And that in terms of in case of the borrower, that's a very good deal, because he has no problems with outpacing Sol volatility, right? So he just can focus on outperforming the interest rate. And for the lenders, it just sounds awesome, because you get like 35 at least APR, 35% APR on stablecoin. That sounds like a lot. So it looks like it's going to be a win-win deal and another like huge factor for growth with our model. So USDC loans, other small features to improve liquidity, so people can communicate more efficiently about their like listings and stuff. And referral program, as I mentioned already, also really bullish on that one. So
that's an interesting point. Like, do you see a world when like we go to a marketplace, or so where we take the loans in USDC, you mentioned that, where like NFTs are displayed in USDC?
Well, trading wise, I'm not sure really, because everybody's so used to native coin. But if we look, for example, on lending markets on ETH, a lot of these loans are in USDC. So that kind of another kind of proof that the market needs it, and so far nobody did that in a simple and effective manner. And we're kind of bullish, because we also believe our model is the best fitting for that. And if you have 3 months, 6 months old loans, Solana can go up and down, whatever. But if you USDC value, most of the time, USDC value of your NFT stays the same, as long as the NFTs themselves preserve the value. So you gotta be fine. And the outperforming interest rate is way more easier than outperforming interest rate in Sol and Sol itself, because Sol may pump hard.
Okay, so if I take my NFT, I take a loan in USDC, I get USDC, I buy Sol, I wait for Sol to pump, and then I can buy back my NFTs at USD price value, but Sol, like I have more Sol.
Yeah, if you're bullish that Sol gonna pump, that can be your strategy, of course.
And then if Sol, but Sol will always go up anyway. So that's,
yeah, that's the key, to be sure that Sol is gonna always go up. Yeah.
Okay. What could be? Yeah. Okay. So you can get liquidity if it goes south, but like, what could be? Can we like? Okay, in that scenario, like, what could be a black swan event? Yeah. Then it's no. Okay. So it's even loan like the same issues that we saw with like cascading loans anyway, right? It doesn't add any more. More risk than if it's USDC or Sol. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, the risk factors are the same. It's actually in the bull market, it's actually way less risks.
True.
Because again, we kind of all agree here that Sol is more likely to continue to grow, which means that for the long-term borrowers, it's going to be harder to outperform that pump, right? And NFTs, they might have a lag, or they might stay the same in terms of USDC value. And we saw that countless times last bull. If you remember, like Sol pumps, everybody is excited, but NFT market is red, right? It's just because people want to fix, right, and want to get Sol out. In the USDC value stays the same or even goes down a bit. So yeah, that's why like this product will be well fitting for the bull.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so if like the Decod3rs community take long-term loans on your platform, but they still have the NFTs in their wallet, so they have liquidity, plus they can earn views, plus that's so cool. That's nice. Internet magic money, bro. Love it.
Yeah,
it's so nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that I love that the intrinsic like value that you can provide cross project. Oh, that's cool. I love Web3. I'm excited by Web3. Web3 is so cool. Like you can see that kind of like collaboration in any other industries because everyone is competing with everyone, but in Web3, like everything is walking in one direction. That's exciting.
Well, we're still small, It's it doesn't make sense to fight over this small pie. We should, be focused on creating value and attracting more people in.
Exactly, and it's also like those collaboration are like good for like both stakeholders anyway. Like so, it makes sense. It elevates everyone again in the same direction. Give more utilities to platforms, NFT collection, token, whatever. So it makes sense. Love it.
Sure.
Rawr, are you going to take some new loans in USDC too? Or trading or spending like $20,000 instead of like 300 Sol on NFTs?
Yeah, leveraging to the tits so I can long more Bitcoin.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the key.
Yeah, and then like we have some bad news. I don't know, like ETF canceled, and then like the whole NFT market goes to shit.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like that's one of the points, right? We jokingly say, oh yeah, we're gonna leverage to the tits and so on in a way. Yeah. But I think with what we want to do as well, we want people to unlock capital, right? So if you go 99%, it's not that it's impossible, but it's clearly not aligned with the way we design things. You can do it, but it's not something that we're gonna say. You know what? Go absolutely balls deep on that. You're going to be fine because you're not going to be fine, right? It's impossible to say within 7 days you'll be good. But yeah, I've known people that have been borrowing, 50% LTV, which is more than enough on the holdings that they have. They've got enough capital, and they've printed massively the last week, 2 weeks, just because instead of saying, look, I'll be taking the bid on 98% LTV. Having the risk, if my NFT collection for some reason catches like a bad candle, I would get nuked. I have no more, and then you get nuked. Whereas, if you do that more, I would say responsibly, you get 50%, okay, 60% if you really want to push it, I would say. But you feel safe, right? You can sleep actually on your loan. That's something that people need to understand is you can sleep on your loan. It's like when you trade high leverage, if you go on Rollbit and you put 1,000 leverage, on $200, there's no way you can just let the trade happen and go to sleep. Yeah. Because on one hand, you're just gonna watch you get nuked 9 times out of 10, and the second, you will be eventually getting nuked. And it's the same thing with other protocols that try to maximize too much on the value of the NFT itself at the moment you can borrow against it. And that's something that we really position ourselves super strongly because we go after also a whole different mindset. And so, yeah, that's one of the, I think one of the perks, right? Because as I said, we jokingly say, yeah, let's max leverage and so on, which is for us, max leverage is not the max leverage you would get somewhere else. And having, we've experienced bad market outturns. We've also seen NFT collections be very badly impacted by that, right? Because now it's all, we can laugh about it and we can make, we can say, oh, wow, Bitcoin crossed 60K. It's probably going to go to 70K in a week. But yeah, some NFT collections ate so much shit because of max leverage that, we want to avoid that happens again to them.
Yeah, and you can still go to 70K in a week, but you can also touch, like between now and then, you can go to 50 and for 1 minute, right? So that would be enough to nuke the whole, the whole NFT market for sure. Yeah, that's definitely true. But yeah, then like if right now we are at that point in the bull market, or maybe it's gonna be like a really short bull market, and then we go to shit like in 2 months. But no, it's not possible. Halving, bro. So. Yeah, halving. Yeah. And can you imagine like if they announce if is ETF, that would be Solana's next.
They will finally be right after 6 months of saying it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's happening as fast as the speed of the chain, right? So maybe we will have like a Solana ETF before ETH because we have a higher TPS. What's up, Carlos? BTC to 70K. Let's go. That's what's up. That's the vibe, bro. And GM Carlos, look at this beautiful EFP. Yeah. Okay, so do you see like even like this in the future where like we are like cross-chain like collection and stuff? Wink, Decod. Do you think that Meta can bring more liquidity on the Sol ecosystem and can be even good for you?
Well, I don't know. I think Solana has its own kind of culture and approach to NFTs, and the fact that we still don't have like this kind of massive, huge value-wise collections compared to ETH, I believe proves that Solana is still a chain for traders and for utility NFTs. I don't know. Honestly, that's a good question. Like we see now, Decod3rs, for example, launching a second collection of ETH, right? I don't see that bringing more liquidity to Solana, to be honest. Like the fact that, for example, companies like Phantom or like Magic Eden come to ETH, that type of breach when people can trade all their NFTs like on one place, and if they become, if Magic Eden becomes like the top one marketplace for Ethereum and Bitcoin, then there is a possibility it will bring more liquidity into Sol. But aside from that, I don't see like single collections launching on two chains. They more likely to be solved both, well, in my opinion, and it's gonna be very, very, very hard to nail. And even Frank himself kind of struggles right with that. How to say, even not the mentality, but so right now it's a bit unclear, like the mindset, like what exactly the Decod is like. Is it like Ethereum project, right? But you have Utes that's being on Sol, then on Polygon, then on ETH. So it's very hard to belong somewhere if you came from somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. That's a nice saying, bro. Like, but like honestly, like personally, like I never feel like Decod has a ETH project. Even if when I was paying like $50 a transaction, for me, Decod like will always be like a so yeah, it's tricky. Even I think in a way, like you can launch multiple a second connection on another chain, but if there is no connection between one chain and another, it's even better because again you keep the culture, right? Like for example, for OKBs and OKDogs, that could be interesting how they play that out. Yes, Rawr?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like movies. Like imagine you have a South Korean movie that is very good because it's got like the. Have you guys seen Old Boy? It's like the South Korean movie, quite violent. It's pretty good, right? If you watch it in South Korean, it's super good. Whereas if you watch the US remake, they try to make the same thing for a different audience with the same thing, but it just does not click as well. Well, it's the same thing, I think, when you do something on a chain and you have like the culture of the chain that is within the DNA of your collection. It's super difficult to say, you know what, you guys now are going to be going to another country, another chain, because then it's just not going to stick. But the movie maker from Old Boy from South Korea, if he knows and if he can, he could very well make a movie in the US with American actors, right? So you could do it with the same founder, but I think it's difficult to do something that is so culturally heavy because, for example, DGODs, the Shui, everything that was done on Solana being a bit, Solana fuckboys, there's no way you can pull that over to ETH because on ETH you have other fuckboys and it's just not the same. I feel like it's just a bit disjointed, I think. And I think the movie reference is it's exactly that.
Yeah. I mean, like the announcer. Exactly. Like the announcer Squid Game, like a remake, a US remake of Squid Game. I don't want to watch that.
Well, especially exactly if you've been Frank and you've been bull posting Sol for such a long time and saying that ETH is basically a garbage and you're like full Sol maxing. Not a good look at all.
Yeah, especially that maybe his biggest mistake in the 2 years he rolled out kind of burned the bridge and stuff. But lesson learned, I guess. We'll see how it goes in the upcoming futures. But that's interesting. Do you see like a culture difference between token and NFTs? Where like, do you expect one like for Banx?
Yeah, of course. Like the NFTs are like. They have this kind of social layer and art layer, and people associate themselves with NFTs much more heavily, right? Because that you have that picture, you put it on your profile picture, and it's a whole different thing. Yeah, and for the token, there's like it's just like I like NFTs more, to be honest, because of that whole social layer, but at the same time there is a fungibility aspect, right? So both kind of have their pros and cons, and with the token you can obviously target more people and have wider distribution. And that's, for example, what MadLad's founder recently was saying. That's the same applies to the token. So you can have more wider distribution, more wider reach, but on the other hand you'll be missing those kind of awesome things with the identity stuff.
And that's why you did like everything, like the app, the collection, the token, same name. That's that's cool.
Yeah,
that the identity is strong. That's a smart move. I should have Decod3rs. I was thinking about the Decod3rs token, but views is dope. Views dope.
Yeah, views is better in your case because Decod3rs is like two words,
exactly.
So it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was a bit too long. Oh, these 3 errors, I don't know. But views is good. It's a good handle, that's for sure. Token name. That's bro. I'm bullish. I can't wait to like. Maybe I'm gonna buy back my Jupe bag so I can vote.
Nice.
So
I was gonna say we should put an incentive on buyback. Buyback and vote instead of buyback and burn.
Exactly. Yeah, but buyback and give me free money then.
If you stake your bank, that might happen.
We gotta develop the bribing tech at this point.
Can they say like because there is a vote, right? They can say no.
Of course.
No, it's a yes voting. Yeah.
No, I mean like it can be. Yeah, it can be the second or the third collection or project. Yeah, that's possible.
Okay, so it's defined.
first and second go through, and the first one has the preferred. So the first one can pick when they launch, and the second one kind of has to adapt, and the third one can reapply for the votes 2 weeks after.
Oh, okay. So they don't lock you out of the launch pad and break everything. It's just okay. So it's the order of like launching. That's cool. But first is like you will be forever the first one. So that's bullish.
Yeah. That's
vote.
kind of that's why the competition is high right now. Is be
cool.
the first.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's okay. That's interesting.
So
they're good.
Carlos,
like
if you have any jumping around.
Yeah.
Counting you, bro.
Like I think they want to launch too the new token. I don't know. I will probably say shit, so I will ask him next week. But okay, that's bullish, bro. And like the Jupiter execution is really good. Like they're good. Like yeah.
Yeah, well then they're well known for the tech quality,
Yeah.
right? And of course.
Nice. No. That's amazing. Oh, what I gotta buy? Oh, the Banx token, bro. Like so first Jup. So you have to buy Jup so you can vote and say that the Banx is going first on the launchpad, and then you're gonna sweep Banx. Not financial advice, but financial advice. Okay. I don't know if I
just
can say
at this point, Carlos, just message me. Just drop me a DM.
Yeah.
I will get you through. No worries.
Okay, you don't like my chilling. Okay, fair enough. You prefer that.
That's totally fine. It's just kind of
I'm joking.
like white glove approach.
And Carlos reported for spam. Yeah, no. Okay, it makes sense. Can I vote from balance? I don't want to move my Jup to Phantom.
Finance.
Oh.
I don't think so. Actually, you have to vote on chain, if I'm not mistaken. I know a lot of people that have it off chain,
okay.
but yeah.
And Carlos, like, if you want to know more about it, okay, I'm gonna do that. Go back to the Banx Twitter and tweet and like check that. Join the Discord. Go to the Discord and because there is an AMA today in a couple of hours, 2 hours.
3 hours.
More than that? Yeah, 2 hours, right?
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours on the Jupiter exchange, and that's why like we warming up like the communities. That's cool. I hope we did a good job for the last hour. Oh, I will take a look. See, boom.
Nice. Conversion, top of the funnel. Let's go.
Exactly. Carlos will have a look. So everyone in the chat, please have a look. And yeah, oh shit, it's already been an hour of chit chat. I love my job, bro. It's so cool. But yeah, I hope like we can slowly wrap it up, right? I think we talked about everything. Did I forget anything? What's the question that I should have asked you, but I fucked up and I didn't ask?
I don't know, bro. Like, I guess this time around you were like completely on spot and you covered
this time around. Let's go. This time around, let's go.
That was a joke, by the way.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess we're good.
Rawr, do you have anything like to before we wrap it up? Any takeaways for the community?
No, I think take time. If you really want. Now is the moment that you want to get exposure to things that will last, a long time. You can always get kind of driven by the bull, but the bull is always shorter than the bear. So if you want to bid and if you want to get involved with a team that's been building for 2.5 years in different market conditions, take 5 minutes of your day and read what we've done for the application. And if you like it, just come tonight to the AMA. And if you like it even further, join the Discord, chat with us, and happy to have you join us. And, I think we have a very welcoming community, and that if you have questions, you can ask and the team will reply, or people from the community. So it's, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, others, not just the OG team, but also team that managed to generate revenue to their holder base, to gain traction, to build products that people actually use. Not just, kind of stuck around and did nothing for the beer type of guys. So, I would say that's also kind of a key factor that you should keep in mind.
I need to catch up. This thing around so much. I need to buy back my Tubac. Fuck me. So many bad decisions I made. But yeah, guys.
In the wallet I control, yeah.
Yeah, second?
Yeah.
Bad decisions were made in the wallet I control, yeah.
Yeah. and I lost the keys in a boat accident, but that's another story. But guys, yeah, I don't want to take more of your time. Thank you so much for the stream. That was a banger. Yeah, thank you so much, and good luck with this. Should I say good luck? Yeah, good luck with the bank
Appreciate
launch. It's gonna be a banger. Carlos will have a look. Like everyone will join the GPT AMA in 3 hours. So everyone have a look. Do like Carlos. And yeah, thank you so much. We will see you in the next streams. Subscribe to the channel, like, follow everyone. All of the links in the description. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.